Video games in academia can change lives. That's a quote from an entrepreneurship instructor and manager of an entrepreneurship center at a university. I'm going to tell you this story. But first, I'm Mathew Georghiou. I'm the creator of TeachingSuperhero.com, where I share with educators how they can apply experiential learning and game-based learning to boost student engagement and make teaching easier. So let's get back to the story. So this instructor was using a GoVenture business simulation and also a board game, an entrepreneurship board game, to teach students about business and managing business and so on. And this is the full quote that he gave. And keep in mind that this is somebody who also runs an entrepreneurship center, which is typically gives students much wider access to entrepreneurship resources and experiences. So he said this: "My students have had opportunities to test out business ideas, pitch to investors, and work with several subject matter experts from our entrepreneurship ecosystem. But none of those experiences compared to what they gained from running a virtual business. Video games in academia can change lives." So let's unpack that. Why would he say such a thing when students have such real world experiences, right? So we're talking about a simulated experience changing lives versus real world experiences that they have interacting with subject matter experts and pitching investors and so on. How can a simulation compete with that? And here, I'm going to tell you how. The reason it can compete with it is, there's actually a couple of reasons. Number one is it is a managerial level experience. So when you're working in a business, you often don't get the opportunity to make management level decisions that can make a business succeed or die. You know, that level of risk and meaning is big. And speaking of risk, you can make those decisions risk-free, right? This is not the real world. So you can try different things, experiment with pricing adjustments and targeting different consumer groups and different marketing and advertising options without the fear of your life being turned upside down, because this is a game, it's a simulation, it's not real. It feels real, but obviously doesn't have that real world impact on your finances and your life like it would in the real business. And so you also get that opportunity to experience everything about business. So like even if you gave someone a whole bunch of money and said, go start a business and don't worry about what happens, don't worry about the money, just use it as a learning experience. Consider how much time and effort it would take to actually experience everything that business has to offer. It would take years to experience those things, but you can accelerate that in a simulation. That's why allowing students to run businesses and make managerial decisions in a simulated environment is always going to be an amazing complement to doing anything in the real world. In many ways, it's even better than the real world. I invite you to learn more by going to TeachingSuperhero.com, where you can gain all sorts of resources and information about adopting experiential learning. I'm Mathew Georghiou.